Are you sick and tired of gambling your hard-earned money on Madden packs? Look no further than my sponsor, MMOEXP, for the cheapest and most reliable MUT coins on the market. And don't forget to use code Ferdy at checkout for 5% off. What's going on, guys? Today, we are talking the best cards at each position right now in Madden 24 Ultimate Team. By the end of the video, make sure you stick around. We're going to fill out this whole lineup with the players. I'm not going to cover offensive linemen in this video individually, but and also defensive linemen, they're going to be included at the end. So if you want to see some breakdowns on those cards, they're going to be talked about when we kind of fill out this entire lineup. So of course, if you are new here, that subscribe button. About 54% of you guys who watch the videos are not actually subscribed to the channel. So that's you right now. You right now, you're not subscribed or watching the video. Head down there, hit the subscribe button. We make daily Madden 24 content, gameplays, tier lists, videos like this, best budget videos. We grade every major promo. All that good stuff is right here on the channel. So once you are subscribed to the channel, also hit that like button while you're down there. But let's just get started with the quarterback. So as far as the best QB in the game, it's Patrick Mahomes. He is. He might not have the best release, but his ability setup is simply just king right now. You can't dispute it. If you want more of an affordable option, I do also like Doug Williams, who's down here a little bit more. If you want a more affordable, where even is he? Are they hiding Doug on the second page from us? But Doug Williams is very good. Good release, good speed, 6 AP ability set up for the 6 that Mahomes gets. Mahomes gets it for 4, which is obviously elite. So Patrick Mahomes to me is the best QB right now in Ultimate Team without question. You can of course debate it, but you just can't argue for AP and what it does for the rest of your offense. It opens up so many things, gives you more abilities for your offense or for your receivers, your running backs, your offensive line, even maybe things like that, which I value a ton. So at running back, I'm going to give you guys 2 options. It's going to be just who I think is the best pure runner in the game, and that is Marshawn Lynch. This card moves well, he plays well, of course has the power in his game, and in order for you to be the best running back in the game, I think you need either Freight Train or Angry Runs, and Marshawn Lynch does get Angry Runs, aka, which turns on, it comes back, it turns on, it comes back. Very frustrating to face. You pair that with 1 AP Jukebox. That setup for 2 AP, I think, is pretty much the best right now. And if you want the best pass catcher in the game right now, I would have to look him up real quick, but I do think it is Christian McCaffrey's, not his honors card. I think it's, oh, it's Christian. I looked up Chris McCaffrey. But Christian McCaffrey's 87, which is right here. You upgrade this one. I think this card is better than the honors version. Although the honors version does get Jukebox for free, which I think is really good. Yak 'em Up is also really good for 1 AP. If you're someone that checks down your running back a lot, having Yak 'em Up, and a lot of times that you're throwing the ball to your running back, it's either like one guy rallying to him or it's man-to-man coverage, only one guy on him. So Yak 'em Up is really, really good on your running back, and he doesn't get any discounted, evasive or Jukebox, but Energizer for free with Yak 'em Up, or Human Joystick free with Yak 'em Up, is very, very good. So I think the best pass catching back in the game right now is Christian McCaffrey. Not to mention he has 92 short route running, so can beat man-to-man coverage not just by himself. So Christian McCaffrey, I believe, is the best pass catching back, and the best, just normal running back, runner, all that good stuff, I believe, is Marshawn Lynch with the Angry Runs, aka. Okay, at wide receiver, there are some good options. So when I built this team, I didn't actually, I'll talk about it in a second. So DK Metcalf, I think needs to be mentioned. Of course, Genki 4 is powered up. Even without the double me and things like that, his abilities are still very, very good. Like, you guys see the abilities that you get when you fully upgrade these Genki Force cards. And obviously, when I make the team on mud.gg, it's kind of like a fantasy world, because these cards are expensive, you know what I mean, and to fully upgrade them, it's going to cost you a lot, but it is possible to get like all these discounted abilities. I also do love Calvin Johnson's card with the double me, the AKA at 6 for 5. All that good stuff is very, very nice. I also like the new Derwin James as well. One of the best wideouts in the game right now is his Derwin James card. His X factors aren't that good, but if you're a runner, Vanguard is crazy. And you also get these discounted abilities if you don't have High Round Master. Get Slot Apprentice for 1, or Wide Receiver for 1, or Jukebox, Third Down Threat for free, Matchup Nightmare for free is nice. Grab and go. Why not run it if you have nowhere else to go? Just load abilities on these cards, and they usually play pretty well. So Derwin James, I think, needs to be mentioned. But the best pass catcher in the game right now, in my opinion, who I prefer playing as like your slot guy, is Kyle Pitts. Yes, he's a tight end, but I think he plays almost better at wide receiver, honestly. But 97 speed, 6'6", can juke, can truck, can even pass block if you need him to, I guess. And he has good route running stats. So those are my wide receivers, I guess, slash pass catchers. That's kind of my top 4. Unfortunately, on the final lineup, I can't put Derwin James because he's already on defense, and for some reason on MUT.GG doesn't recognize that. But it is what it is. But let's head over to our tight end. So at tight end, I try to go with 2 options again. Kyle Pitts is the best tight end in the game right now, but I think he's better at wide receiver. He kind of is like a wide receiver. Or if you throw the ball to your tight end a lot, just play Kyle Pitts there. You know what I mean? I think he's the best. But I'll give you a pass catching option. I think it's Dave Casper. Dave Casper, 6'4", so still pretty good size, but 94 speed with the acceleration to match. And even a good run blocker too, which is kind of nice on top of the crazy route running stats that he's able to get, and even pretty good after the catch with a good juke animation and things like that. As far as the best Vanguard option, I think it's Heath Miller. Heath Miller, definitely probably the best Vanguard option in the game right now. It's AKA turns on, comes back, and it's 0 AP. Again, you can't really fit all those X factors on your team. You only get 3 of them. But if you're looking for a Vanguard, which you don't know what Vanguard is, I've made shorts and TikToks about it. It's very good. So I think second best pass catching tight end in the game right now is Dave Casper. More of a traditional tight end because he's able to run block, unlike Kyle Pitts, who has it decent, but it's nothing great. And then best, I think, Vanguard is Heath Miller. But Aiden Hutchinson also does get Vanguard. He does, but I think he's a little bit slower. And, you know, the extra abilities are nice, but actually they're very good. But I wish he was a little bit faster. Actually, I might go Aiden Hutchinson over Heath Miller because, yeah, if you fully elevate the card, being able to get free armbar, free red zone threat with Vanguard is actually insane. So I would probably actually go Aiden Hutchinson over Heath Miller as far as like a run block Vanguard tight end, although his, you know, run block isn't that high. It's only 81, but that's just how I feel. So then heading over to defense, I think Terrell Suggs is the best pass rusher right now in the game at this position. He's an absolute stud, edge threat, no outsiders under pressure, which is really, really nice. The traits are obviously on. Yes, it's over 96. Like, he's the best pass rusher right now as far as, like, if you don't get to put abilities on him. Obviously there's unstoppable forces out there and things like that off the edge that might play a little bit better. But as far as if you have like 2 defensive tackles with, you know, unstoppable force, and you need a guy who doesn't, you know, you can't put the X factor on, I would go Terrell Suggs. He's probably one of the better ones. I do like the Clay Matthews card a lot because he does actually get lurk artist for free. So if you're someone that likes to click on and for your defensive line and kind of run up, lurk artist works there as well as on Christian Harris. But I like Clay Matthews more because he's a better pass rusher than Christian Harris. That is the main reason why. So that's why Clay Matthews is here over Christian Harris. At middle linebacker, we do have some pretty good depth. I think right now, the guy I like the most is Tremaine Edmonds. I think he's the guy I like the most. Again, you know, Avalanche, Shutdown, all these things are really nice, but even just the abilities, just having 0 AP/1 AP abilities, you can just kind of toss and fill in that AP, in those AP gaps is really, really nice. So if you elevate him once, he does get lurk artist for free, but even like short route or secure tackler for free, or deep in, if you send your middle linebacker into a middle third, things like that are really, really nice. So Tremaine Edmonds, I think best, probably second best. I would say second best. Number 1 to me is the man right here, and that's me, Chuck Howley. Just have his Super Bowl pass card that if you fully elevate or upgrade, gets very, very good, as you guys can see right there. And you not to mention it's like an inside shade, lurk artist, universal coverage is all good for 1 AP, but also pretty good abilities like lurk artist and deep zone or flat zone. With this speed, he's the fastest user in the game. Of course, there's guys like Derek Carr and other guys like that you could use that get a good ability stacks. But I think it's Tremaine Edmonds because of the size, a little bit taller than Derek Carr, and then you also have Chuck Howley because he's just faster and, you know, pretty similar abilities. But Derek Carr is honestly not bad. He does get reinforcement and shutdown, which is very good. And then also he does get, of course, the wide range of Genki Force abilities. At right outside linebacker, there really isn't a pass rusher that I'm in love with, like a pure pass rusher that I love right now in the game. I mean, I like Micah, I like Lawrence Taylor, I like those guys, but I think you can probably get better right ends or play left ends out of position, or left outside linebackers out of position. I think there's more variety there. That's my opinion, but I think Mr. Monday Night is very good because he can rush a little bit, but also can be your drop guy in like 6-1 or whatever kind of scheme you're running. He can rush and he can drop, so I like him too. As far as pure coverage guys, Dre Greenlaw is also a very good option, but I don't love really any right outside linebacker pass rusher right now in this game. I'm just not in love with any of them. So yeah, I kind of have 2 like drop guys here. I usually try to do 1 pass rusher, 1 coverage guy, but right now in this, you know, right outside linebacker, there's really not that like crazy pass rusher that I would normally put on here. Okay, so now we have the cornerbacks, and if you want to see, you have different schemes, man or zone. I just tried picking it was kind of tough because you kind of have to go either one way, like man or zone right now. There's not guys that can really do both. But one thing I will say 100%, Pat Surtain is probably the best. He's probably the best slot guy in the game because he gets flat zone, right, and he gets pick artist. So a lot of times you have your slot guy kind of drops up into these flats or short or deep. Now even pick artist for one with his size. At 6'2" with his speed, he's definitely the best slot corner in the game right now. Can't really play him on the outside because no deep out zone KO, but I think he's definitely the best slot guy. I also love Davante Adams' card. This card is also very, very good. Shutdown's very good. Obviously, shutdown, it's good. It's good. I wish it was universal, but I'll take shutdown, right? And then of course Genki Force, you're gonna get deep out zone KO. So I like him because he's kind of a you're kind of going down both paths. If you play man or zone, zone. He kind of can get both abilities in really every single slot. So I do like that with Davante Adams. And also, he's very good. 6'1". I wish his tackling stats were a little bit better. I definitely thought they were going to be a little bit better. But good hands, can play man, can play zone, can press with good speed. So I think Davante Adams definitely makes it as well. Mel Blount, really good if you're playing man coverage. If you're playing zone, don't buy the card. If you're playing man, though, he's very good. Also, like Night Train Lane, I think he's kind of a double 4 guy who can play man, can play zone, can do both things with the good stats as well to back it up. And hopefully I'm not missing anybody. I like Herb Adderley as well. There's a lot of depth right now at cornerback as long as you kind of have a speed combination and the abilities kind of fit with what you're doing. Cromartie's good. Cromartie gets discounts. Even Jair, with it being a Genki Force 97 speed, a little bit small, but again, more of a man-to-man guy because you don't see any of these. I mean, you see flat zone could probably play in the slot for you. Maybe you can go flat zone pick artist on the card. He does, of course, get the X factors like universal coverage, which I think is really, really good. So I like a bunch of different corners. I think there's one more guy that I put on the final lineup that I don't remember who I put, but we'll of course see him when we get there. Yeah, we will. I think that's everybody though. I think I covered all the corners. I might be missing one, but we'll talk about it if I did in a second. At free safety, again, I have to apologize to this man because in my safety tier list, I cheated him, and that was before I really understood how good the Genki Force cards can really get when you fully upgrade them. And Kevin Byard is the best free safety in the game right now. Because whether you play man or you play zone, your safeties are normally in zone coverage, so it's easier to pick these guys. But reinforcement for 0, crazy. And you also get either flat zone or pick artist or deep in zone. Like this depth of abilities with the X factor and even like decent speed and very good zone coverage makes Kevin Byard, I think, the best free safety right now in the game. If you want to talk users at this position, I like Donald Parham a lot because he's 6'7". Even Ronnie Lott's good too with that kind of mix, can do both things. I like Ronnie Lott too. So that is the free safety position. Let's head over to the strong safeties. And at strong safety, again, there are options. I think Derwin James can really do everything. Again, another Genki Force card, fully upgraded. He's a stud. And again, like if you promo theme teams, you're not using these Genki Force cards. That's why I think Mutt's in a weird spot right now because these cards can be good, but you're not trading off of Jair Brown. You're not going off Ronnie Lott because on your team, you probably have 99 speed in your end game. Like you're not going to switch off those guys for a while, but very good abilities on Derwin James. Good X factors as well. This card's a demon. I also do like Cam Chancellor a lot. He can be your user. He can play over the top at this point. Doesn't really matter. And again, he is Super Bowl. Also, Jair Brown. Very, very good. Jair Brown did hit his Super Bowl incentive, so he does get 1 AP deep route and deep zone. I like this guy. I think just having this guy because he can play corner, he can play man, he can play zone, he can play anywhere on the field for you. Definitely one of my favorite cards right now in the game is a Jair Brown card. And of course, he also does get 1 AP reinforcement that doesn't shut off the whole game. So those are like the 3 strong safeties I like. I like the user Cam Chancellor. I like, Derwin James's card. I like these cards. So I kind of give you some more depth at the positions in this video. But let's head over to the final lineup. Okay, so I did cover like all the cards I wanted to, but the offensive line, here it is. Dexter Lawrence is probably the best offensive lineman in the game right now. Take a look at his card, 81 speed with these stats, and again, just the abilities on these cards is they're relentless. They are crazy. So offensive line, this is I think the best offensive line you can build in the game. Of course, there's Gene Upshaw. I'd rather take the weight and the pretty similar stats as Bruce Matthews gets. Tight end, Dave Casper, Heath Miller. We actually want to switch that one out and go with Aiden Hutchinson's card, like I said. There we go. We have Kyle Pitts, DK Metcalf, Calvin Johnson, and I cannot put Derwin James here. Actually, not now. I can. It works now. So Derwin James, there you go. I like that for the wide receivers. Running back, Marshawn Lynch, upgraded Christian McCaffrey, Patrick Mahomes at quarterback, and Mike Allstott at fullback. On defense, I didn't miss any corners. I thought I did, but Night Train Lane, kind of both ways. Davante Adams, kind of both ways. Pat Surtain, good slot guy. Mel Blunt for man. Again, Super Bowl teams, you might be using some different guys, Joshua Williams or Darius Ward. Of course, I'm thinking about these cards not on a Super Bowl team, but Super Bowl team is just the best because you can get 99 speed. Like it makes these videos kind of like not as useful because everyone has a Super Bowl team, but it is what it is. Up front, I love Chase Young's card. I think he's just an absolute stud. You could go Myles Garrett too, but the X factor, the unstoppable X factor that Chase Young's able to get, I think puts him over the top, and he plays great. Warren Sapp, and now this should be fixed. No, it's not. Dexter Lawrence, I think, probably the best defensive tackle in the game. Also, or second best, whatever. Good speed, and he does get unstoppable force as well with the Genki force abilities. Javon Curse here, again, more like Terrell Suggs, no X factors, but just good abilities, great stats, and then Mount Beast for left end there because he gets unstoppable force. That's really the moral of today's video. Unstoppable force on defense, and then just using the good abilities on these cards here is definitely the move. I like going 2 unstoppable forces with 1 reinforcement. That's what I like to do. But everyone has their own preferences and opinions. So let me know what you guys think down in the comment section. Who was snubbed from today's video? You did a pretty good job. Again, with Super Bowl teams being in the game, your team, these videos aren't as helpful because Super Bowl team just trumps this team, honestly. But yeah, this is the thing that's probably the best Eddie position right now in this game. So of course, if you are new here, the subscribe button, turn those notifications, and as always, I will see you boys in the next one.